Morning world, and welcome to a mildly moist Thursday 29th of September. I got something to share with you this morning. No, it's nothing to do with the farm, not this time. Although I will just add that the cattle, I opened that gate into the bottom right hand field 3 days ago, and apart from at night time when they come out and sleep in the golf course, they've not come out of there at all. They've not come up to the yard, so that's 3 days and 3 bales I haven't had to give them. So out of my 60 that I thought I'd need, now only 57. Days are coming down. So anyway, today, or this morning, bit of a dull morning for me really. Solicitors meetings, I got to go and sort out some stuff, some farm business with the brief. But before that, I'm going to go and visit with my daughter Emma and meet my new grandson. No, I've not seen him yet. Young Freddie has thus far missed any attention from his granddad. So I'm about to rectify that. Well, it's solid enough, I suppose. That'll do the job. That's right, that's the first time I've seen a new log store. The kitchen seems to have got a lot darker. When did you do that? I know I haven't been up for a while, but it's like
6 weeks ago.
Is it? I've been here since.
No, you haven't.
Have I not?
You haven't.
Oh, crumbs. Right.
What's this? Scruffy buns?
Yeah, well, I'm no much better, so.
Quite warm in here.
It's baby badger.
It is baby
A baby badger? Doesn't look like a baby badger. Looks like a.
Baby badger.
It's a
Yeah.
very small baby brother, isn't it?
Baby brother. He is tiny, isn't he?
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah.
So.
Sleeps really well as well, didn't he?
Is he? I'm not going to touch him because I haven't washed my hands, so.
Soap.
Yeah, no, I will. I will pick it up, but I said I've been out on the farm, so I'll. Yeah.
Cute, isn't he?
Hello, Freddie. I know, he's a little old man, isn't he?
He does.
Is he?
Oh, it's a bit bright.
Yeah.
She really does.
You want a bit of sunshine on him, so. Oh, bless.
Oh, hiccups. That's every single day he has hiccups.
Does
isn't
he?
it? Every, because he guzzles his
He
drink.
takes after his dad. He's a farter.
Yeah.
Is he?
Shorter, actually.
You little shorter, is he?
Yes.
Yeah, bless.
We've got the yellow poo now.
Lovely. Right, now we've got freshly washed hands.
Oh, it's a bit bright out here, isn't it, darling?
Is it? I'll tell you what, I'll put this down and I'll do a swap with you. Oh, you are so tiny. Hello. Ickle wickle.
Diddy.
Oh, you're looking a bit grumpy now. Is that my mummy over there? Hello, mate. Hello, Freddie. I'm Grampy. But you can call me Boss.
I think he looks like you.
Is he?
I was trying to figure out who looks like me or you. I think from here
Yeah.
upwards, he looks like you.
He's got a bit of a Neanderthal eyebrow, hasn't he? A bit heavy on the brow, so. Oh, bless him. So, right. I want you to whip my phone out and take a picture as well.
Okay.
So you can put that down a minute if you want to.
Don't we turn it up?
Yeah, just to.
A bit sicky.
Oh, it's a big yawn.
Yeah.
That's because Granddad's so interesting.
Hang on a second, let me just redo that.
It's baby badger.
Yeah. Hello, mate. Yeah, you did a bit of sunshine, didn't you?
No.
Hey. Get a bit of colour back in. Well, you got plenty of colour. That's the problem. You got too much colour, haven't you?
That's lovely tan.
Eh?
Baby brother.
Baby brother, yeah.
Yeah.
Hello, Michael.
How you doing, alright?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Yourself?
Yeah, not bad, not bad.
There we are. Right, should we put them back in the pram? Oh. But you're down in a really awkward position.
You did, didn't you?
There you are.
It's like putting a bun back in the oven, isn't it?
It is. Very
Let's not do that again, eh? Not for a while. No.
No.
No, that's enough buns for now. So there you are. You've finally met my new grandson, and at the same time I did, because this is the first time I've seen him as well. So I had decided to leave my daughter and Mikey and young Freddie alone for a couple of days. They've had a traumatic last week. Freddie's birth was not easy. In fact, for Emma, it was very, very painful, very uncomfortable, and a few times apparently it was pretty touch and go. We were talking of potential disaster. So I might actually have a chat with Emma sometime and get her to tell the story of the process of the arrival of my grandson, because although at the time for her it was painful and traumatic and deeply stressful, the way she tells the story of the process now, it's with hindsight and laughter and smiles and grins and comedy that she wouldn't have known at the time. But you know, she looks back at it there and says the things that she did, the things that she said, thought, the things that happened that nobody was ready for, stuff like that. The process. It is a story. It won't be a story for everybody if she tells it. There'll be some people who will go, ugh. But you've got to remember that there's no such thing as a completely spotless birth. There is material involved with giving birth. Before and after the infant arrives, other stuff goes on. So I'm not sure how graphic Emma would be if she tells the story, but we'll try and keep it family friendly if she does. I mean, she just told me, and we're all just chuckling and laughing away at this story, and it is like the trauma, absolute trauma of bringing my grandson into this world. She's basically, instead of how can I put it? Instead of letting it scar her, she's turned it around into like a comedy of errors, of stuff that just did not go to plan. So, anyway, that's for another day. So we've met Freddie. If you follow my Instagram account, you would have already seen pictures of him being held by my granddaughter. Some nice photographs. So you'll have already seen him. But yeah, today as I actually was the first time I got to meet him. So, right, next stop over to the farm, meet with the solicitor, sort out some business, and then I haven't decided what I'm going to do for the rest of the day. I was going to go ditching, but it's raining, and if I'm going to do that, I'd have to go and get a windscreen wiper for the Doosan, and I don't know if I can be arsed. I've got other things to do that don't involve getting wet. I might do them instead. Dutiful son duties this afternoon. Yeah, my dad never used to get through much in the way of firewood. But now the cost of oil has shot up, and my brothers live in there. They're burning a lot, and guess who's supplying it? Yeah. I don't think he wants any soil on his drive, even if it did come off of his field. I don't want him in my yard either. Be a bit dodgy. Make sure I've got a safe load. I'll get out there and chuck a few out, I think. I suppose I can't really complain about supplying firewood to the old man. I mean, when I was a kid, he used to keep us warm by chopping firewood right up to the age I was 14 when he handed the axe over to me. No, not just to me. But I was allowed to help from the age of 14 on. Actually, I was swinging an axe before then. He let me have the chainsaw at 14. So, probably be frowned on nowadays, but that was the way it was then. No prizes for guessing where I am or where I'm leaving from. I had to come over and see Reg, so I wanted to grab a few more pallets. He had a little stack of pallets over here, so I've just been and grabbed some of them after dropping Father's logs off. Pointless going home empty. I thought I'd call in and see how Mr. C's barn was coming on. So I did that. I went in to see how Mr. C's barn was coming on and have a chat with Tim, because Tim Rugman, the engineer who's building it, is the same guy who built our barns. So, in fact, it was me who put Richard onto him. But yeah, I'm not going to tell you where they are or what they're doing, because that's not my place to tell you. I'm sure Richard will fill you in fairly shortly with whatever progress, if any, is going on with obviously there's something going on because Tim's there, but I'm not telling you what. You will have to tune in to the Funky Farmer to find out how they're getting on. So, right, anyway, I've got half a dozen pallets. I thought I was going to pick a few more up than that, but too many of them were broken. I don't need broken pallets, they're not safe, so I've got, what, 6, maybe 7 on there. That'll do for the time being. That gives me, I bought home 18 in a day. I only actually needed 4 for the 22 pallets for the stuff that's coming from T-Mac Agro. So I have enough now to unload onto. I think that's coming one day next week. I just had a chat with Mr. C in there. He's got a bit of an issue with deer making holes in his hedges, and cattle are now using those holes as doors into the neighbour's ground. So he needs a bit of fencing up, but the ground is so blooming hard and we don't want Richard swinging a sledgehammer to hit posts in. Well, I'll be coming over to other farm with my tractor and a hedge trimmer in about 2 weeks time, and I've got some posts to put in over there, so I'll be bringing the post rammer over. So basically what I said to Richard, do you know what, we'll work out a time between us, and what we'll do is I'll come in. I think it's only about 20 posts to put in, it won't take long. I'll come in. He was going to borrow my machine, and I said, you know what, if it's already on my tractor, I might just as well just come down and bash them in for you, to save taking them off my tractor and putting them back on again. I'll just bash it, and it is easier with 2 people. But all I got to remember is to bring my face shield over, because knocking in creosoted posts, if you've got a bloke at the front who's just doing the measurements like you want to be well away from them, or have a full, not goggles ain't good enough, you need a full face shield, like a grinding mask, because every time you hit that post with 180 kilo weight, it splashes, it works the tar up to the top and the creosote, and if you're anywhere near it, it will splash in the face. And if anybody's ever had creosote splashes in their face, you'll know how much that burns. So, and if you get it in your eyes, well, that's just no fun at all. You're going a bit too fast. There's a man in a nice new Land Rover scowling at me in my old Land Rover. So, which I found quite funny because he's got a lovely new Land Rover, probably 80, 90 quid worth of machine, and it still won't do half the jobs that this thing will. This is old, it's very uncomfortable in comparison for else, but the tipper on this, his Land Rover would be useless for me, apart from driving around looking you know, rich in. So I could drive around looking poor in this, and it'll do twice as much. So it just makes me smile.